Why are you here? You're here to outwork. You're here to outtrain. You're here to win.
Here with Penn coach Reina. Coach, at the Classic today, can you tell us a little bit about the event and how you're feeling about your team coming into the second year back?
Yeah, I feel good. We off to a pretty good start this morning. We were holding second place a big chunk of the morning in this tournament. That slid down a little bit. Advanced two guys to the semifinals that are doing a really nice job, both true freshmen. Anthony Artolona at 149, and Carmen Ferrante at 125. I think we had some other winnable matches in the quarters, but I think our guys are pretty fired up to be coming back through and looking to put points back on the board coming through the backside. Overall, I'm really encouraged with the movement, of our program right now. Really encouraged with the fact that these guys are taken to the technique we're showing and putting it into their live wrestling, and I think we're making good progress technically.
How about, I know you share the regional training center with Drexel. Can you speak a little bit to how Coach Slay and you and Coach Azevedo work with that?
Yeah, you bet. So working together is really fantastic. We really value the partnership with Drexel. Coach Slay, I first saw him wrestle in the 8th grade. We go way back, and so I coached him through his collegiate career and then on up to the Sydney Games. So to be able to work with him now on a daily basis is really a gift. And I think we're doing something really special in this partnership with Drexel, serving the community. We've had over 250 high school wrestlers within our 250-mile radius that have come in and trained with us since Brandon has come back to take the program over. So we're thrilled to have Brandon back in Pennsylvania as a Penn alum, Olympic champion, Olympic coach, and a national developmental coach for USA Wrestling for 8 years. To have him serving the region here is really a fantastic opportunity.
You've had a couple good recruiting classes, a lot of young talent. I know you can't talk about the guys. I guess there's no letter of intent in the Ivy League. Mm-hmm. Can you talk about the vibe of the young guys coming in? You mentioned Artolona already. He looked really good in the match I saw.
Yeah, so the vibe is really high energy with these guys coming in, the current freshmen, and we've got 10 commitments in our 2019 class. We really feel that's a really outstanding class too. Super excited about it, and we're already getting really good momentum on our 2020s. I'll say that recruiting progress is probably happening ahead of schedule as to what I would have anticipated coming back. So I think there's a lot of energy and a lot of excitement in the community about the opportunity that we're presenting here.
You already kind of touched on it, but is there anything else? I figure you had some kind of expectations coming in, the recruiting's ahead of schedule. Where do you think you're at as far as everything else?
So another key goal, that we had was really to spike up our alumni engagement, both from a financial fundraising standpoint, but then also just in terms of fans, alumni coming back to support the meets. We had a homecoming event last weekend with public wrestle-offs, and we more than doubled the turnout than we had the previous year. Our turnout here, fan base is growing back. The Blester's got a good crowd in it today for the Keystone, much better than last year. Yeah. So I think in the surrounding community, there's a lot more excitement, a lot more enthusiasm. We've got a big meet coming up here on December 2nd. And that's our opening home dual meet against the University of Maryland. So we've got a Big Ten team coming in. We got some really special things planned for that December 2nd meet. So we're super excited about that. So, you look at the pillars of a program, they're, the financial support, alumni support, the community support, and I think all of those are ahead of schedule. We're really encouraged, and we've been putting a lot of time and effort into building those areas. The other area is administrative support, and so, we're very fortunate to have Athletic Director Dr. Grace Calhoun, very supportive of the sport of wrestling. She was the wrestling sport overseer at Indiana University in the Big Ten. She brings that experience with her, and she knows of our ability to compete at a national level here in the sport of wrestling. And so, we've had top 20, top 15, top 10 teams, NCAA teams, NCAA All-Americans, NCAA champions. And that vision, I think, is very exciting to her. And then with that, we have Matt Valenti, two-time NCAA champion here at Penn, who's the sport overseer. So that's, you know.
He said you're sucking him back in.
He,
A couple years ago, he wasn't sure where he was going.
He's, you know, what's funny is I remember going to his living room and recruiting him as a high school kid, and then coaching him collegiately, and now he's my boss. So, but I couldn't ask for a better boss. He's obviously someone who knows the sport inside out. He's still active with our RTC, getting on the mats with guys. Two-time NCAA champion and also extremely competitive at the Olympic level. Lost an overtime match to Coleman Scott in the 2012 games, and Coleman went over and medaled. Matt was right there with the best of them. So, so to have that person overseeing the sport from an administrative aspect, with the athletic director's support, the surrounding community support, and the alumni support, has been fantastic. And then, on top of that, this summer, Josh Harris, who was a teammate of mine here at Penn, we trained together. The owner of the Sixers and New Jersey Devils, and Josh came in with $1 million gift to the program this summer, which was a big boost, and just right time. So a lot of excitement in a lot of different core pillars of a program.
Hey, Coach, thanks for taking the time. Good luck the rest of the day.
You bet. Thank you.